All right, ladies and gentlemen, the next match is a 15-man battle royal. The winner of this match will go on to face Jake the Snake Roberts.
Well, speak of the devil, and he appears.
Who's ready to see some wrestling out here?
I gotta tell you, Nigel, I've been a wrestling fan for over 20 years, and one of my favorite things has always been battle royals. I am really looking forward to this match tonight. And like we just talked about, with so much on the line, getting the opportunity to face a legend, a Hall of Famer like Jake the Snake, these 15 men are going to put everything they have into this match tonight.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, let's be honest. As we were stating earlier in the broadcast, a chance to face Jake the Snake Robert is a chance to learn from one of the greatest professional wrestlers ever to set foot in a wrestling ring. This is going to be something that everyone should be battling for.
Here we have the measuring stick of VIP, Lou Starrett. He would love nothing more than to face Jake the Snake and hopefully beat Jake the Snake. Jackson Stone is one of my favorite up-and-coming superstars in the Texas wrestling scene.
Christopher Hayden, I have a long history with Christopher Hayden, and I'm looking forward to seeing him put the boots to his opponent.
The Warlord of Weird,
Sin Bodie has made quite a name for himself. He's been in CZW, former WWE talent, wrestling as Kazarni. Ty Wilson of the Radical Athletes, Kenny Steele. I've actually known Jamie Holly since his debut match, and he wants nothing more than the opportunity to prove himself and learn from this living legend tonight.
The definition of a real athlete, Dante Smiley. John Cena Jr. And into your final competitor, Lazarus. The late meeting entry. Flawless Jerome Daniels.
Flawless Jerome Daniels, also a tremendous competitor. And it really, I think if there's anyone in this match to beat right now, it's Jerome Daniels, a master of multiple martial arts disciplines, training in MMA. He is a tremendous, tremendous competitor.
Here we go. I gotta tell you, Nigel, is Jerome Daniels your favorite for this Battle Royal?
I honestly can't decide if it's Jerome Daniels or if it's Christopher Hayden. Both men I have a long history of association with. So I'm just going to say it right now. I think that the one who's going to win is going to be the one that certainly deserves it most.
I think both of those two have a tremendous chance. I also got to say Jackson Stone, he's done so much in his young career. He's proven himself all over the state of Texas. And I expect big things. Mark my words, folks, watching this. Jackson Stone is going to be a household name in the next 5 years. Mark my words.
Jackson Stone and Lazarus James squaring off. And Jackson Stone not afraid of the big man taking the boots to, ooh.
Gets a chop for his troubles.
Chop from a big man, ooh. And you say you love battle royals. I'll tell you, there's nothing more difficult to call. No more, there's never, there's so much pandemonium.
There's so much action.
Absolutely.
Got all these guys going at it at once, and like you said, it's hard to call. I try and keep my eye on a few particular guys and see who's going to go flying. Another guy, like I said, Lou Starrett, he's the measuring stick of VIP. What a feather in his cap if he wins this battle royal, and how much more braggadocious would he become if he ends up beating Jake the Snake?
I mean, let's not go ahead and count chickens before the hens. We haven't even gotten to that point in the show yet. I mean, for crying out loud, Bob.
You have a point. Just because they win the battle royal doesn't mean that they're going to win. But
right.
Can you imagine the momentum, the adrenaline, the intensity that they're going to feel with that opportunity?
But absolutely, but unless their match is going to take place immediately after this battle royal, which I don't believe it shall, you have to bear in mind, whoever is going to be in this match is starting a match against Jake Roberts with a tremendous disadvantage, having to best 15 other lads.
That's just the physical disadvantage, Nigel. We're not even talking about the psychological disadvantage
Absolutely.
of facing Jake the Snake Roberts, a living legend, a Hall of Famer, and a very
it's Jake the
intimidating
Bloody
man.
Snake. I mean, let's be honest. Jamie Hawley trying to crush the sternum and rib cage of Dirty Greg Jericho.
I tell you, Nigel, one man who might have an advantage in this is Sin Bodhi. Sin Bodhi was actually trained by Jake the Snake. So he does have, if anyone has a mental, a psychological advantage in this, it would be Sin Bodhi, because he knows what to prepare for at least a little bit more than the other men who are in the ring tonight.
That is absolutely true, and something I was thinking just a moment ago. If Sin Bodhi does manage to best all 15 other men in this battle royal, then he might actually have the best chance to defeat Jake the Snake Roberts. But again, counting chickens before they're hatched. Notice in our monitor, Jerome Daniels is in a precarious position on the corner.
He is in no man's land. You want to keep your feet on the ground at all costs in a battle royal. Ty Wilson over in the other corner. Seth Inanaki's working on him. They've had a tremendous feud back and forth in Big Texas Wrestling between the Radical Athletes and the Bad Boys. Dante Smiley coming to the aid of his partner. Jamie Hawley and Christopher Hayden going at it right in front of us.
Ooh! Took the man off his feet, but let's be honest, you don't really want to knock your opponent down. If you knock your opponent down, you're not really putting yourself in the best position. Oh!
Seth Inanaki's been eliminated.
Seth, I'm a monkey. I'm a monkey. Seth, I'm a monkey. Terrible,
Works for me.
terrible thing to call oneself. Lazarus James has been eliminated.
See Dante Smiley working on Kenny Steele. They had just teamed up to eliminate Seth. There's really no friends in a battle royal.
Absolutely
friends,
not.
tag partners, that all goes out the window. Speaking about the window, Jamie Hawley goes out of the ring. He's been eliminated by Jackson Stone. My pick to win this whole thing.
Ooh, and Kazani wrenching the pectoral muscles of Christopher Hayden.
Kenny Steele just slapped Dante Smiley in the face, and he's about to pay for it. Looks like, oh, Starrett breaks that up. Starrett raking the eyes of Kenny Steele.
No, that's Dante Smiley, sir. Dante Smiley.
I'm sorry, Dante Smiley.
Clean those glasses. Christopher Hayden raking the eyes of Sin Bodhi to stave off his attack as Jackson Stone stomps on Jerome Daniels, and Lou Starrett pitches Dante Smiley over the top rope.
Jerome Daniels just went over, but he's not out. He's hanging on the apron.
And so now we're down to six men. Kenny Steele and Jackson Stone with, as you call him, the measuring stick, Lou Starrett.
Also have Christopher Hayden, Sin Bodhi, and your pick, Jerome. Did you pick Jerome Daniels? Jerome and Christopher Hayden.
I picked the best man to win.
Safe bet always.
Lou Starrett with a series of forearm and elbow shots to the head of Kenny Steele. Kenny Steele returns. Kenny rushes in, up over. Oh, kick to the face.
He's still hanging on though. Look at this. He's still hanging on.
One thing that you cannot discount with a man like Kenny Steele is his athleticism. Powerful, but a terribly, terribly athletic young man. as Kazanich attempts to choke the very life out of Jerome Daniels in the corner. And Christopher Hayden showing the better part of discretion, just kind of waiting until Kenny Steele hammers him with a couple of rights.
Christopher Hayden was trying to get a breather, but Kenny Steele wasn't going to have any of it. I don't like Kenny's strategy here, running at opponents. Well, he could use his momentum against him. Oh! See Kazarni and Jackson Stone double teaming Lou Starrett over there.
Ooh! And see that's where running about will up and over, and Kenny Steele is gone. Jerome Daniels, beautiful insane taking Christopher Hayden down to the mat. Jackson Stone trying to capitalize. It looks like Christopher Hayden may be just out on his feet.
He might be. He just took a kick from Jerome Daniels, an expert in martial arts, multiple forms.
Not to mention training in the MMA school of fighting. Every day Jerome Daniels adds something more dangerous to his repertoire.
Hayden in no man's land right now. Ooh, takes the drop kick. Hayden has been eliminated. Your man, Christopher Hayden, just got eliminated, Nigel.
I didn't say he was my man. I said we have a long history. I said my man to win would be the best man to win.
You got a 1 in 4 shot here, Nigel. Who do you pick?
The best man. I've already told you. Don't you listen to a word I say.
I do. I want you to make a decision.
20 quid on the best man.
One of these 4 men is going to take on Jake the Snake later tonight. Sin Bodie, Jerome Daniels, Lou Starrett, or Jackson Stone. Bodie,
all
Daniels,
4 men just trying to wear each other down. Is Sin Bodie attacking Jerome Daniels? Pitches him over the top.
Daniels,
oh!
He goes over, but he's not out. He goes over, not out. Starrett up and over Jackson Stone.
Ooh, Jackson Stone.
Telling you, Jackson Stone is my pick to win this. He's hungry. He wants the opportunity to prove himself. And he's willing to do anything to get a shot.
Sin Bodie. Ooh. Jerome Daniels attempts to throw Sin Bodie up and over. Sin Bodie got hung up on the ropes, and that, I think, is what saved him, because even Sin Bodie looked a little bit surprised. Jackson Stone trying to force Lou Starrett over the top rope.
Lou Starrett, the wily veteran, he knows what's at stake. He wrapped his leg, around that top rope to make sure he couldn't get eliminated. He just rocked Jackson Stone with that right hand.
Jerome Daniels attempting to run in on Sin Bodie. Sin Bodie went to kick him. Jerome caught it and then received a rather vicious
this low blow by Lou Starrett.
Ooh. Oh, the great equalizer, ladies and gentlemen.
Lou Starrett's not above cheap tactics to win. He does whatever it takes, and that's what's got him success so far. At the end of the day, Nigel, I'm sure you've told your men this, a W is a W, however you have to get it.
Absolutely, and
look at this.
Look at that.
Jackson Stone goes out. Lou Starrett's barely hanging on. Look at this. Jerome Daniels seems to want to form an alliance and take out Sin Bodie. Smart strategy, I think. But then again, trusting Starrett's never really a smart strategy.
Well, let's be honest, Jerome Daniels is nothing if not an opportunist. He knows the right way to do business. And, of course, being a member with prolific financial opportunities, he knows that the best way to make a profit is to cut out a middleman or two.
I don't know if I agree with that strategy. They just brought Sin Bodie back into the ring, and the point is to get him out of the ring.
Well, let's remember, Sin Bodie did not go over the top rope. Oh, and as I said earlier, the great equalizer.
Turnabout's fair play. Oh, blow on Daniels. He went from flawless to ballless just like that.
I thought you said this was a family show.
I make the
look. Just because you're short doesn't mean you've got any authority.
Who does that?
I don't even know what that means.
That's what I thought. Not even a student of history, Mr. Bonaparte. All three men struggling to find their footing after having their bells rung.
Is that what we're calling it?
Family show.
All right.
Sin Bodhi. Oh! And look at that.
Just this forearm from Starrett. Running a Bodhi. Oh!
Oh!
In no man's land.
Worse
Bodhi
than
gonna
no
shove
man's
him over.
land. He's getting his bells rung.
Bodhi's going to have some fun with Starrett right now. He needs to watch out for Daniels. Ooh! Daniels misses. Starrett's out. Starrett's out. It's down to Jerome Daniels and Sin Bodhi.
And I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to be where this really and truly gets good. If you have watched Jerome Daniels over the years like I have, you'll know that Jerome Daniels is a tremendous athlete. Sin Bodhi has the experience. Sin Bodhi has the tutelage of Jake the Snake Robert, but he does not have the sheer lethal knowledges that Jerome Daniels. I mean, look, Jerome Daniels, very savvy, very intelligent, stepped underneath the bottom rope. That way no one can mistake what would happen if he were to slip and fall. Very intelligent man.
Smart move. He's a very intelligent man, like you said. And besides being flawless, he's also ruthless. He will do whatever it takes to win this match tonight. Oh. Nice jawbreaker from Sin Bodhi, who needs to get back in the ring because I believe he did go over the top rope. Is that correct, Nigel?
You know, everything happened so fast, I don't know that I saw.
Look at this. Uh-oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of your match and facing Jake the Snake Roberts later this evening, Sin Bodhi.
I don't know. I personally feel that was a controversial call, as Jerome Daniels, when he was thrown over that corner, his feet never once touched the inside of the ring once he had stepped back in. I guess that's something that's up to the official's discretion, but I don't know that I agree. I think something's rotten in VIP.
I won't go as far as to say something's wrong in VIP, but I will agree with you that I'm not sure about that call.
First, I just want to say, man, it's awesome to be back in Texas. Not to be mean, F WrestleMania, VIP is the deal. I was here a while ago, man. I saw some awesome talent in this ring. And I was lucky to come and get my ass picked by 19 of them here. But I put 19 really good guys under my knife for the privilege and the opportunity to wrestle my mentor, my idol, my trainer, my opponent, my best friend from Texas, Jake the Snake Roberts! Jake, you taught me no mercy. I will love you by taking it right to your throat once I hear that bell ring tonight, my friend. Whoa.
Whoa, wait a minute, what is this?
It's the Vet Club, Nigel.
This is Texasmania. And Jake the Snake Roberts is a vet. We are the Vet Club. So if anybody has claim to Jake, it's the two of us.
Listen, Sin Bodhi, I don't know where you're from, I know where you're not from. And that's the great state of Texas. I already kissed Texas's ass. I said I was happy to be here. They're smart. They know what I said, idiot.
He just made a big mistake by insulting Tim Storm.
We're not causing any trouble. We're not here to cause any trouble. But you talked about the great Jake the Snake Roberts. And I respect the fact that he's a friend of yours. But the truth is, there is no greater vet in the history of this business than Jake Roberts. If anybody's going to get our hands on Jake Roberts, it's going to be the Vet Club.
Maybe you should have got your ass in the Battle Royal.
The Vet Club taking to Sin Bodhi, they took exception to his words, and I think he's going to have to eat those words right now.
I think the Vet Club just took exception to Sin Bodhi. I mean, let's be completely and totally honest. The Vet Club has done everything they can to make sure they rule the roost.